What is up, guys? Dzeeff here. Late last night, we finally got to the Common and Rare Festival ban list. So I actually tried to stream last night until this ban list dropped, but I gave up around 11 p.m. my time. I believe that this ban list went live like either 1 or 2 a.m. So remember, this does not mean the event has started. The event won't start until the 23rd, but this is a way that Konami has given us to try and build our decks ahead of time, which I think is pretty nice. I really do not know anything on this list. I was leaked one card, but it was a card that Konami brought up in their original description of the ban list. So we're going to take a look here and see what was hit. I do want to mention real quick here before we start this that MBT Yu-Gi-Oh, a fellow Yu-Gi tuber who I'm sure many of you are familiar with, is doing like this Yu-Gi tuber awards thing, and right now he is taking like entries for nominations. I'm going to put a link in the description below if you want to vote for your favorite creators. I'm not telling you guys to go vote for me. I mean, I appreciate it if you think I fit into one of the categories, but really I hope that you guys just vote honestly, because I think it's going to be a really fun event. Anyway, let's take a look at this ban list. Like I said, I do not know like 90% of the cards on here. I only really know one of them. So this is going to go live 3/23/2022, so we still have about a week here, but at least we can start building our decks. Let's take a look. What did they hit in this festival? I can't wait to see. So for banned cards, okay. Oh no, wait, what? No, Konami. They don't need to put all of these supers and ultra rares in the entire game on this list. How am I ever going to find anything? Why did they do this again? I thought they said they weren't going to do this. Yes, we know all of the super and ultra rare cards are banned. Anyway, the only card on this first section here that is actually a common or rare card is Bad Reaction to Samochi. So I was leaked that Nurse got hit on this ban list. Not really surprised there. They did kind of specifically mention it in the original description. Man, why did they put all of these supers and ultra rares? Couldn't they just like list at the top every super and ultra rare is banned? I had this problem on the last one too, where they listed every single fusion, synchro, and link monster, even though they could have just said that all of those are banned just as a rule. But okay, let's scroll through here and see which common and rare cards we can find. I'm going to try not to miss any, but realistically, who knows? I know that last time I missed a couple, but I'm going to try to see, are there any cards that are hit? Okay, here's two cards. We have Chain Burst and Giant Kozaki. Those were part of the self-TK deck. What is the point of listing every single ultra rare and super rare in the entire game? Couldn't they have just put at the top that we can't use those rarities? Oh, here we go. Destructive Draw. So it does seem like Konami is really hitting those self-TK cards. Maybe those are like the only ban cards. There is a Nurse on the ban list there. Never thought I'd see the day, but it makes sense for this event, I guess. I mean, I personally don't think that deck would have been very good. I know some people thought that I played that deck like all throughout the Xyz Festival last time because I made one video about it. I really only played it for like 30 minutes, then played real decks for the next like 10 hours. But yeah, I don't think that deck would have been good in this format because there aren't really that many good ways to actually win the game with it. You don't have try and guess, so it's a lot harder to actually find lethal damage. Oh, we have another self-TK card. So maybe it's only self-TK cards and burn cards that are banned. Maybe all of the other things will be limited. That would be pretty cool because I know people were excited to play a couple of those archetypes that they mentioned they were going to hit. Wait a second. Is there an easier way to do this? I think I just thought of something. If I go to create new deck, so this is with this ban list, right? So if I go to Forbidden, okay, so here are all the Forbidden cards. I'm pretty sure like all of these cards are related to self-TK except for Nurse and this card, right? This is a regular burn card, but all of these other ones I'm pretty sure were just self-TK cards. Man, I mean, this is a burn card, just a regular burn card. Dice Draw is a regular burn card. Chain Energy is kind of self-TK regular burn, but all of these other ones really are, oh, no Banquet of Millions, which was a card that is currently kind of wrecking the ranked ladder right now. A lot of people are playing that crazy turn one burn deck. So most of the banned cards, like 80% of them, are just from self-TK. It seems like Konami really does not want us to play that in this event. Let's head back over to the regular ban list because it is more fun to like reveal them slowly instead of just seeing the entire list right here. But let's see if we can actually look at the limited cards because it is just a pain to go through all of those banned cards when they're going to list every single ultra rare and super rare for some reason. So in the limited section, we have the Exodia pieces still. Any card that is a common or rare that is normally limited will still be limited on this list, I think. So these cards are limited, even though the Exodia head is actually banned. We have Needle Ball. Okay, burn cards. So it seems like Konami does not want you to play burn. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of burn cards here. Dark Snake Syndrome, Desk Koala, Stealth Bird, Morphing Jar number 2. That one's pretty funny. A lot of burn cards. Are there any like non-burn cards that they're hitting here? Okay, True Draco Apocalypse is limited. Interesting. So they're not actually banning the True Draco cards, and I see that the Phantasm Spiral Battle is limited, and Vishuda is limited, which I kind of predicted. So it seems like they're not actually trying to just completely outright ban those different like popular archetypes that are mostly common and rare, like True Draco and Phantasm Spiral and Tenyi and stuff. It seems like they're just trying to take down their power level a little bit, which I think is a pretty nice idea. Also, C Stealth Attack is limited. Oh, that's the entire list. Okay, so we have, man, that's kind of weird. I thought there'd be more hits, but we have one generator monster randomly limited. Obviously a very good generator monster. It just banishes a card, but I'm a little bit surprised to see that boss stage is not limited. I guess this deck really isn't that good with that boss fight, but it seemed like Konami wanted to hit that deck. We have 4 Tenyis, Vishuda, which I did predict. I'm pretty sure if this card was at 3, it would have been played in like every single deck just as a good going second card. You can just special summon it, make the monk, bounce a card your opponent controls. It's a really good card, and obviously it's good in Tenyi, but just as a generic going second card, it was very good too. We also have the Counter Trap is limited, so Tenyis do not have more than one copy of this card. We have, let's see what else I missed. We have Self-Destruct Ant, that's a burn card. The only Time Lord hit is the one that halves the opponent's life points, so you can still play a lot of the other Time Lords. Most of them, I believe, are commons and rares, or at least all of the main ones that I saw, but you can't play more than one copy of this one, which is probably the most deadly one, especially in this format. Next up, and finally, I guess, we have Megalith Full. So with the Megalith archetype, there is only one card that is not a common or rare, so they can pretty much play the entire archetype, but this hit prevents them from doing too many crazy things. Now, admittedly, there are a lot of ways to search this card, so I don't think this is like that big of a hit, but the deck will not be as ridiculous with only one copy of Full. I think that is pretty much all of the... Oh, I did miss Moon Mirror Shield, so that means that they don't really want you playing a stun deck, I guess. So it really seems like a lot of the hits on this list in terms of the bans and the limits are actually just burn, whether or not that's burning yourself or your opponent. I'm sure people will still find a way to play burn decks. I mean, a lot of these cards are actually pretty good that are limited here, but I'm not sure if a burn deck will be able to compete with the regular decks being played in this event. Let's go on to the semi-limited, because we still have not seen a couple of the archetypes that they mentioned that they were going to hit. Okay, I'm not entirely sure which one of these cards are usually semi-limited. I think it's only Meltdown. I think all of these other cards are new. So we have Brain Control. There's no way Brain Control is at 2 in the OSG, right? I have no idea, but it definitely shouldn't be because it's eroded and it's really bad. We have Star Seraph Scepter. The Star Seraph cards are mostly common and rares, I believe, so I can understand hitting this card. We have Knight Draco Lich, or Drago Lich. This is an interesting card to hit. It's kind of like a Floodgate monster. I did consider playing this way back in the day, but it never actually was that good in the TCG, but maybe in this format it would have been pretty good. We have 2 Magispectors here. We have 2 copies of Bunbuku and 2 copies of Yatta. So this is kind of an interesting hit here. I don't think those hits really matter that much. I'm probably going to try and build a control Magispector deck that could be pretty good, because that's really not that big of a hit. We have Psychic Blade. I don't know why this card is hit. I don't really understand it. Then we have Meltdown, of course, which was already limited. I mean, the Alistair stuff isn't even playable in this event at all, so that doesn't really matter. They semi-limited the Floater True Draco card, but not any of the good ones besides Apocalypse. Now, Apocalypse is very good. Maybe they figured if they didn't limit Dynamite, they would have to limit Apocalypse, but I'm not really sure about semi-limiting this card. This card is really not that good. And then we have, another Time Lord. Oh, okay, so the other Time Lord that got hit is the one that burns the opponent for the attack of one monster they control. So 2 of the burn Time Lords that can do the most amount of damage were hit. Then we have Psy Reflector. Are the Assault Mode cards all commons and rares? I guess so. You could just play it like a turbo level 8 synchro engine, I guess. Oh, they did hit another Megalith card, but this one is semi-limited. I guess I didn't realize how many semi-limited cards would be on this ban list, but okay, I mean, I think at 2 copies this card is perfectly fine. I think the 1 copy of Full is going to matter a lot more than only having 2 copies of this one. And then finally we have Zolga the Prophet. It's just like a really bad burn card, I guess. I'm not really sure why this card is hit, but that is the entire ban list. Honestly, I think all of the archetypes that they listed that they were going to hit are still pretty playable. I feel like Phantasm Spiral is a little bit worse off because they only have 1 copy of Battle and 1 copy of C Stealth Attack, but everything else I feel is still pretty playable. I think you could still play True Dracos. I think you could still play a pure Tenyi deck. I think you could still play Time Lords if you really wanted to. I think Generators are fine. I think Megaliths are playable, and obviously a Magic Specters are still very good with only 2 copies of these cards. So I think that that's kind of cool. I thought they were going to like really ban those decks. And I remember when I made that video going over that original announcement, a lot of people in the comment section were like, oh man, I really wanted to play that deck. I can't believe that they're going to hit it. But it seems like all those decks are still going to be playable. It's kind of like they've predicted what the top decks are going to be, and they've decided to preemptively hit them, but not so much that they're going to be completely unplayable. So that was the Forbidden and Limited list for the normal and rare rarity festival. This is going to be a lot of fun. If you guys are interested in seeing more content with this festival, I'm probably going to be deck building a lot over the next few days on my Twitch live stream, twitch.tv/Dzeeff. Then obviously once the event actually goes live, I will be streaming this event a ton and posting a bunch of YouTube videos about it as well. Don't forget to check the description below for the link to that YugiTuber Award nomination page, and then vote for your favorite content creators. Like I said, do not feel pressured to vote for me. I really just think you should vote for whoever you think fits in those different categories. Also, let me know in the comment section below which deck you are excited to try out in this particular festival. Are you going to play one of the decks that you thought you were going to play, or are you going to change your mind now that you saw this ban list? I'll see you later. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.